back to our life. So we're gonna finish off the sandcastle. Cove wasn't able to do many things that summer. When him and Silo sat out on the shoreline one bright morning, you could tell he wanted to be in the water. But there was no way he'd be swimming anytime soon, not with his cast. Waves washed a single shell to shore, glittering in blue, another reminder of places he couldn't go. From what you heard about Cove's old life, you could tell he'd do anything to be able to get the cast off. Like make a pact with a witch or something just to get it off of his arm. He thought about how his summer last year must have been totally different from this, with his old home, his mom and dad. Okay. You watched him from the corner of your eye quietly. He finally said out loud what you've been pondering. I wish I could go in. The water? Yeah. Oh. I'm sorry. You're gonna be able to do it soon. Apparently soon wasn't soon enough. She didn't have the cast. I really don't care. Swimming might be fun if we could. You find here on land, mermaids aren't real. I don't want to bring attention to his cast. I'll say I'm fine on land. Alright. Obviously not interested in hearing much more of your input on the situation. Cove turned back to the water. Oh man. Made mad. He looked away. Something about Silo's slow, careful movements caught his eye. Hey, are you building a sandcastle? Sort of. I was only playing around while you were talking. I'm listening. Maybe I could too. I've only made big piles before. It's nothing really special. I'm sure you'll be good at it right away. Well, how do you do it then? Silo's cheeks lit up. You could tell he was a little bit uncomfortable to have Cove's expectant stare on him. I'll play too. I love making sand stuff. I've never really made one before. There's nothing else to do. Okay. I love doing it. He put his hands back into his seashells and sand and nodded. I don't do it a lot, but here's how I like to get a house started. Okay. It didn't take long for the three of you to have humble structures prepared. That's all kind of. You can do anything now, like make it bigger, add some seashells, carve a pretty pattern. I bet you have great ideas. Okay. I'm gonna make it bigger. Mine's gonna be a real castle. Ooh, this is gonna be a house. Looking at the base of your castle, you decided to make a mansion. Looking at the base of your sandcastle, you decided to make a mansion. The better part of the hour was spent focusing on your own work. Boys were to do the same. You finished shaping before either of them did, glancing up from what you built. Seems like you've got done so fast, but they're already searched around for extra decorations. Silo had grabbed most of the really interesting stuff, and Cove had a lot of shells, but there were still options. I reached for sea glass. It was the best fit for your mansion, you decided. It was see-through and sparkly. You put it in a funny place where it would take a second look to see it. Pleased with your result, you finally took a proper look around. That wasn't focused on. Okay, let's see. Check out Cove's sandcastle. The castle Cove had built looks surprisingly tidy, especially for someone in a cast who must have worked really hard. He wasn't even finished digging the huge gaping moat in front, but it was already. The silence was then broken. What's on the top of your silo? You peeked closer and discovered something shiny sticking out of Silo's sand chimney. Oh, it's a gum wrapper. It looks like smoke. It's good. That's a start. Yeah, I didn't think of that. You really know a lot about this. Can I see what you did? Sure. You scooted just a bit nearer and began surveying your work. All you really knew about mansions was they're supposed to be big, and you'd gone really big. It was the size of the country club that Lizzie played golf at compared to Cove seemed bothered, leaving the disagreement hanging there. Cove had other things on his mind. Silo shifted and opened his mouth to say something, but Cove spoke up before he could. He didn't think he noticed Silo was going to talk. Hey, do you know what happened when your mom met my dad, Lynk? You waited to see if Silo would say what he wanted to. When he didn't, you considered Cove's question. I wasn't there. They didn't tell me. I just remembered what happened when I met your dad. Had been a stranger. No other parents acted like him, but you knew him better at this point. Oh, well, I was there. I don't think my mom has met your dad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she hasn't. Link's parents and my dad met the same day I met them. I'm gonna say what? Not gonna say what happened. Oh. Tell that he was upset not being included in Cove's conversation. I'm just gonna stay quiet. Okay. When we moved here, we didn't bring a lot of things with us, only some stuff that would fit in. So I sat there while Dad brought it all inside. I didn't want to get out because I knew Dad would make me look around the new house. I really didn't want to do that. When I saw your moms, they were in a car too and stopped at your house. I guess they were coming back from somewhere or something. Alright. So I opened the car door and left. I wanted to get away and went behind the houses. That's when I found the hills. Aren't you gonna finish your story? Cove's brow wrinkled. He didn't understand why you were surprised. Huh? That's all that happened. Why did you want to tell a story if nothing happened? That was a pretty bad story. Thanks for telling me. Okay. What is it? What? You said it in a weird way. I don't think I did. Why'd you bring it up anyway? There was a slight shrug to Cove's shoulders. I was thinking about it because of the sandcastles. It made me remember when I moved here. He was really excited about it for some reason. I get it. He thought maybe Mr. Holden wasn't that excited about the beach and instead hoping Cove might be. Silo fidgeted uncomfortably and the sand had made Cove aware of his presence again. Hey Silo? Yeah? Why are you always turning so red when even nothing's happened? He clearly startled, jerking back. Neither you or Silo expected that to be how he got included into the conversation again. Okay. You weren't sure if he was about to cry or run away at that, but why do you wear glasses? Most kids don't wear glasses, and nobody's named Cove. Oh! Shit!
Who asked you to come?
It was probably just your dad bugging Link's family some more because you don't have anyone else who will play with you. Okay, first of all, you little punk. You're obsessed with Lizzie. Go find her. Like, God, that's so rude. Okay. Let's build another sandcastle. Alrighty. The walk home was quiet. You passed familiar landmarks, shoes thumping against the sidewalk. Okay. Asked Cove about what he was thinking. Hey Cove, is everything okay? You're making a face? I was just wondering. Why'd Silo act like that when I said he was all rude a lot? He gets embarrassed. But I didn't say anything bad. It might have upset him anyway. I guess I can get it. Why would he do that? Sometimes I get really mad too. Was Silo telling the truth? Does my dad make you hang out with me? I know he talks to your moms about that a lot. An uncomfortable weight settled in your chest at that question. You liked spending time with Cove. You didn't even have to think hard about it. You knew you did. But you couldn't help but feeling guilty. Cove still didn't know what happened when you met Mr. Holden. Nobody's making me spend time with you. awkwardly with his hands at his side. He wasn't much of a hugger, but you didn't get that impression that he was unhappy that you were. Bye, Cove. See you tomorrow. Alright. So we are done. Oh, we could have clicked that the summer ended. Yes. I'm not buying the DLC, guys. Oh, let me move my face. Hello. Hi, how are you today? Alright. I'll never get tired of that view. You stood beside your moms, Lizzie and Covis. If ever you watched the sun dip into the ocean far away. Okay. He didn't do real magic. How did you figure that one out? Because I know that's not what real magic looks like. There's all kinds of magic in the world. He looked over at Cove, who hasn't said a word since you two started home. He didn't look upset though, just content. You're aware he still hasn't quite warmed up to your parents. Well, we can't sit out here all night. Time to hurry home and get cooking. Who's helping with dinner? The protest was obvious. Lizzie may not want to, but you planned on going home. You want to play stay a little longer. We have to keep playing before it's too late. You make it sound like it's the end of the world. It practically is. Soon we'll have homework and reading to do. Okay. So, looks like we get to play for a little bit longer. So dear, you're welcome to join us as well. So much to do, so little time. I can still get seashell bracelets at tiny trinkets, or I could maybe the playground or fireflies would probably be coming out, right? Don't I get a say in this? You looked over.
Rude.
Doesn't the wind know summer's not over yet? Okay. Where are you going? I'm going to my room. I have lots to plan if I want to make the most out of tomorrow. Okay. Stay with Cove. Cove gave you a smile that you couldn't help but to return. Cool. Follow me. Okay. Reared his own back and tossed it into the water. You were impressed with how far you got to it. It was a great toss. What are you doing? Nothing really. You tilted your head, wondering over the pensive look on his face. Thinking about what? It's not fair. I had to wear this cast for ages and I can't even swim. When you get it off. For a second you thought maybe he didn't know that we finally decided in a few weeks. That's not very long at all. It'll be off before you know it. I can't believe summer's almost over. I don't want to go to school. I mean, I would, but I don't want to go to a new school. I think that'll be the same school as you and Lizzie. My dad said something about that. Cool, you're gonna like it. Everyone's super nice. Then again, he did have to make new friends, meet new teachers. It could be kind of scary.
I want to go home.
You never had to move before, but you thought you could understand if you had to go to a new school all of a sudden with all new people. You'd probably be dreading it too. Even though you sort of maybe understood, you weren't sure how to help. No, I want to go back home. Okay. This can be your home. It's a really nice home if you give it a chance. You're not gonna leave, right? You'll still be around? Aww, of course. Your parents would have mentioned if you were gonna move or something, right? After a second, Cove gave a little nod. Once I get my cast off, we could go swimming. You're fine with him changing the subject. Yeah, that'd be fun. My dad keeps saying I'd get used to everything eventually. I'd feel better then. It used to make me angry. I didn't want to get used to everything. But maybe it would be okay after all, as long as I really do feel better. I can't see it. You can remember a long time ago when you first started going to school, you absolutely had not been okay with the idea of being away from your parents for most of the day, to listen to strangers tell you what to do and sit with kids that you never met before. Things changing are hard. I'll make sure you do. Next summer I'll surf and go exploring and everything will feel like it's supposed to again. You will, it will. Alrighty. It's time for dinner. Alrighty. It was nice you were right then. Alrighty, so both of you ran off towards the house. Whee! There goes the summer. Bye, Summer. Oh, I was all the way over there. Sorry, guys. Forgot I had moved over. Okay, so I get to decorate myself. Obviously, I've got the red hair back, so we gotta change the color. Red. Good one. That's also how it looks. So we'll leave that. Change page. Nope. No glasses, no earrings. Then don't think it really matters because I'm a kid. Alrighty. Feelings for Cove. Relaxed. And we'll move to Fond. We're fond of Cove. He is a great friend. To choose to customize Cove for yourself, or let his prior experiences determine it. Oh, this is so cool. Got two choices for hair. Okay, I guess we'll go with that. We can choose if he still has glasses or not. Oh, but I like his glasses. Alright, so shirt. 1, 2. Okay, we got two choices. I don't know, we'll go with that. And pants, we've got 2A, 2B, 1A, or 1B. We'll go with 2A. Left wrist, he could have. Oh, he has a scar regardless, so either no bracelet or bracelet. We'll go with a bracelet. Actually, we'll go with no bracelet so he can have this. What other choices? Ooh. Okay, we'll go with that. Necklace, none. Necklace. We'll go with none. Oh, we get to choose his pajamas. Hold on, wait a second. We get to choose his pajamas.
Oh, we get to choose his pajamas? Hold on, wait a second. We get to choose his pajamas.
Okay, obviously leave his... That doesn't change. PJs. 1 or 2. I like the compass. That fits him more color-wise, but I love the compass. Okay. Why are we choosing his PJs? Oh, he looks better with this jacket. Okay. Done. August ended, September... Wait, I wasn't... There was more things to click on! Okay, it was time to go back to school. Lizzie groaned. You weren't sure how Cove felt about it. He was enrolled that year. It felt like a sign that Cove should be staying in Sunset Bird for a while. At school, alright, he kept his distance from the other kids, from what you saw anyway. Whenever he could, Cove stuck to you like glue. He didn't even mind much what you did to pass time as long as it was together. Sometimes it was like things were exactly the same as when you had first met. But other times as you got older, you couldn't ignore how the feelings had changed in meaningful ways. That year, the divorce of Cove's parents was finalized. You overheard your parents talking about it, saying Cove's dad got full custody. At first, you were worried that meant bad news. It had made Mr. Holden cry, apparently. Then you found out it meant Cove would keep living with his dad. He would only stay with his mom for a few weeks out of the year. Cove cried too, for different reasons, you thought. It seemed like Cove and his dad might move again, but Mr. Holden decided to stay after all. Mom asked him about it once. He said he didn't want to uproot Cove's life a second time. Mr. Holden tried to get Cove to like Sunset Bird more, kept encouraging his son to go out and see the place. Okay. Cove never talked to anyone about what happened with his parents and withdrew whenever it was brought up. It was hard for him, yet nobody knew how to help. Eventually, Cove stopped crying on his own. You couldn't understand what had changed, but you hoped that you could help him feel better, since without the tears he looked sad. Maybe one day he could say out loud what he felt inside. After that, it felt like things had gone back to normal, except what was normal, it didn't stay, or what was normal didn't stay the same. Years passed, and suddenly you were in middle school. You weren't a kid anymore. You were 13 years old, officially made you a teen, even if your sister didn't agree. The toys and crayons that used to litter every free space in your room had been packed away somewhere, replaced by new hobbies. There were other changes too. Cove's cast got taken off. It was weird to see him without it initially. Underneath the pink plaster ended up being a long, thin scar that snaked across his forearm. Went through a growth spurt, was the tallest student in his class for 2 years in a row, and he'll probably hold that spot again next time. In class, people knew him more than just being tall. He also stood out because of how well he did in gym and other athletic situations. Over the years, he began opening up more too. You saw him talking amicably with other kids or neighbors from time to time. And the only kid that came to visit the neighborhood when you were little, Silo, well, he was gone. He and his mom moved back south because of her work just 1 year after Cove came to Sunset Bird. It had really been upsetting when he left. Lizzie was inconsolable for weeks, but nobody talked about Silo anymore. It was a really long time ago. You learned some heartbreaking things, became less sad the further away they were, even if they had never gotten any better. It was sad in its own way. Things at home were different too. You still lived in the same house and all that, but it wasn't how it was before. Ma dyed her hair purple, wanting something new, and liked it so much she kept dyeing it. You remembered calling her mommy as a kid, but something like that seemed awkward nowadays. You're much too old for the word. Lizzie felt too mature for her nickname, so she insisted on everyone calling her Elizabeth, so you did. Your mom soon gave her permission to go to places other than the playground and shopping streets, which she took advantage of. You rarely saw her around the old neighborhood. In fact, she hardly spent time with you the way she did before. Elizabeth instead associated more with girls from school who were her own age. Maybe the difference between 13 and 15 was greater than the difference between 8 and 10. You started befriending new people yourself, like Derek. He didn't live in the neighborhood or go to the same school. What happened was his and Cove's dad struck up a business partnership a few months ago. Since then, Derek would pop up in the area now and then. It seemed like Mr. Suarez was happy to let Derek tag along to his work if Derek had the time for it. Without a doubt, everyone and everything around you has changed in small and big ways. You had to. As time went on, it was easy to settle into this new normal. Then before you knew it, school was over and summer vacation has come again. Alright, so I know this is a short episode, but with this being a completely new chapter, I want to end it here and start again. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!